Do you want to know exactly how I made this wide leg palazzo flare pants that you are seeing here on the video? Guys, this is one of the most beautiful piece of pants you can have in your closet. Welcome back to the channel, guys. In today's video, I will be showing you exactly how to make this circular wide flare palazzo pants. Okay, so let's head on over to the cutting and sewing of this pants. So guys, before we start, this is 3.5 yards of light chiffon fabric. Please, I advise that you use very light fabric for easy wave and very flowy effect. Okay, it is not advisable to use heavy fabric. I folded my material into two, as you can see on the video, and then I folded it this way. Please make sure you look closely on how I folded it. Okay, fold into two and then pick the opposite end and fold into the other side, making sure you have this shape that you are seeing me do on the video. And make sure you do this in a very spacious area so that you will not have folds by the time you start cutting on your fabric. So you can see the next thing I will do now after folding is to add 2 inches to my hip measurement. Please take note, this is 1 inch for the stitching and joining at the back and another 1 inch for the stitching and joining at the front, making it 2 plus my hip measurement. We get X, and for this X, which is my result, I will divide it by 3.15. remember that this is a circular flare pants, so that is the reason for dividing it by 3.15, and the result I got was 15.25. okay, so I will approximate it to 15.5. I will place my tape at this edge of my fabric fold and then mark that 15.5 as you can see me do on the video. Please make sure you watch this video very carefully for you to get the same result and circular effect that I also got. Okay, so at this point I will use my chalk to connect this point as you are seeing, and then I will minus 2 inches from my tape. These 2 inches will be for my waistband, and then at this point I will mark the length I am going to be using for this pants. I am using the length of 43 inches, then plus 1 inch will make it 44 inches. The 1 inches is for the hemming allowance. Okay, so I'll go ahead to get the full length of this maxi pants as you are seeing me on this video. Please go ahead to use your own pants length measurement. You can make it 3/4 depending on what you want. At this point I will minus 4 inches. Okay, I will come in by 4 inches at this point, that is from this opening side as you are seeing. Okay, and mark it all the way down to the length of my pants. Okay, so I am using 4 inches because of the size of my client, and then I will use my straight rule to connect it, starting from the waist area down to the full length of this pant piece as you are seeing me do on the video. So the next thing I will do right now is to mark my crotch length. I am using the crotch length of 12.5. that is because of the size of my client. That is why I'm using 12.5. she's on a big size. And then for the crotch depth I am using 2.5 inches, and this is for the front specifically. It is not for both front and back. Okay, you can see there is still space left from this point, and by the time you count these fabric folds it will give you 4. 2 is already opened and the other 2 is left and unopened. So the next thing I will do is that from this crotch extension mark, I'll make sure to mark it all the way down to the hem as you can see me do on the video. Please make sure you watch this video very carefully to avoid making any mistakes. And then the next thing I'll do after marking the extension is for me to use my scissors to trim only for the front piece. Okay, So I actually forgot that the back piece of this pant is supposed to be longer than the first two front piece by at least 3 inches, but anyways it still sat very perfectly well on the body of my client. So what I'm doing now is opening up the two that is below the front piece, as you are seeing me do, so that the crotch sides will be opened. So the next thing now is to cut out my pant pieces. I am cutting out the hemming area, as you can see me do, and then after cutting this point, I'll cut the waist area as well. Please, while cutting your waist area, do well to add a ½ inch joining sewing allowance at the waistline, okay? And then I'll go ahead to open up this side as well, as you are seeing me do, so that I will have 4 pieces of my pants all together. And then the next thing I'll do right now is to cut out this place also, as you are seeing me do. Please do well to add ½ inch as you are cutting yours. I totally forgot to add ½ inch joining allowance. And this cutting, I only did it for the front. At this point, I will go ahead to cut for the back as well, because the length of the back, that is the crotch depth of the back, is longer than that of the front, okay? So this point, I have to measure this side to know if it is equal both the front and at the back. If it's not equal, please make sure to extend or to shorten the other one. So what I'll do right now is to go ahead to separate these pieces, as you are seeing me do in the video, so that we can have the front piece that is going to have our front pants pockets. And at this point, I will go ahead to separate them, as you are seeing me do. So the next thing I'll do is to fold my fabric into 2, and then go ahead to fold it into 2 again. We are going to be having 2 pieces for this pants leg, and they are going to be on fold for each. For the length of this pocket, I will be using 10 inches length, and then for the width, I will be using 7 inches width. So by the time I separate these pockets, one is going to be on fold. Remember, I said 10 inches in length and then 7 inches in width, okay? And then I'll go ahead and cut it off. So guys, I will not really go into the full details of how I made this bucket, but I will try as much to give you a highlight. So I'll go ahead to mark the wrong piece of this pocket and then place it this way, the right side facing the right side of my front pant leg, okay? And at this point, I will come in by 2 inches, and then from the waist I will come down by 5.5 inch and use my chalk to connect it, just as you are seeing me do here on the video. And after doing this, the next thing I will do is to stitch it down. But before we stitch it down, I will make sure to secure the 2 pieces with my pins. Please make sure that you make use of your pins as well as you're stitching on your fabric. Remember that this is a flowing fabric, okay? By the time you use your pins to secure it, it will not give you tough time when you are stitching down your pieces on your machine. So guys, I've already stitched down the 2 pieces and I've trimmed it down. This is the base of my pocket. So what I am going to do now is to close up the base of this pocket. Okay, this is the back part of my front pant piece. So this is the pocket, as you can see. I'll go ahead to close this open base. By the time I close it, when you put your money inside this pocket, it is going to remain intact. It's not going to fall off. So by now you should understand what I mean by the base of this pocket, okay? Please make sure you follow this video attentively for you to know exactly the easy step-by-step tutorial on how to sew pants pockets. Please do well to check on my YouTube channel. You see a video that will give you the detailed tutorial. Okay, so this is the pants pocket. As you can see, by this time I have to replace that 2 inches that I removed initially from the front pocket piece, and then I'll mark it on this remaining cover. So I will stitch down the waist pants and then the waist area of my pocket, as you are seeing me do on this video. For this pants, we don't need a dart because it has a very bountiful flowing effect. At this point, you can see that our pocket is already formed, and this is the back view of our pant pocket. So guys, by the time you join it at the crotch area, you see that the front will be looking exactly like this. It is already giving the flowing maxi circular effect, as you can see on the video. So at this point, I have to join the front piece and the back piece together. You can see also that I've joined the crotch area of my back piece, so I have to hold it firmly with my pins, making sure to start at this point and stitch it down to the hemline, and also stitch the sides of this pant legs. Okay, please, before getting to your hemline, do well to join or to fold the hemline already before stitching it all the way down, because at this point it is going to give it a very neat look by the time you fold in your hemline. Okay, so guys, this is how it's looking already. At this point, I will head on over to my sewing machine to finish up the hemming and the stitching down of this pants. You can see the flowing effect is already evident. So guys, the next thing I will do after this is to make sure to measure the waist area of this pants, not your waist on the body, but the waist area measurement of this pants piece, as you are seeing. By the time you measure it, and when you are cutting it out on your fabric, please do well to cut it on fold. So while cutting it on fold, I am going to be using the length of 2.5 inch, and that half inch I'm going to be using, that half inch is going to be for the joining allowance. Okay, and then also I will be inserting elastic on this fabric. Okay, I forgot to say that this pants is not going to be fitted on the waist. I actually used my hip measurement as the waist because I am not going to be fixing zipper, so I am fixing elastic on this pants. So remember, I added 2 inches and I used my hip measurement as the waist measurement. Okay, so by the time I finish stitching it down, I am going to be minusing 2 inches away from the actual waist measurement of my client. Okay, so that is why I said that while cutting the waistband of this pant, you have to measure round the waist area of this fabric pant. Okay, so this is how I was able to come to this level of the joining of the waist measurement. Guys, it is not actually going to be detailed, but if you want to watch a full and detailed tutorial on how to sew waist pants, just make sure to watch other of my pants tutorials so you can see how to sew in waistbands with elastic. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video till the end. I will see you in my next video, and please, if this is your first time of stopping by on this channel, do well to support me, do well to like my video. If you have any questions, please do not forget to drop it down below and I will answer it shortly. Okay, see you in my next video guys. Bye and have a nice day.